Hi and welcome. I'm about to demonstrate the strategy that I use and teach to my third graders when rounding to the nearest hundred. The very first step is, as the child or student is reading the problem, they need to underline those important parts. So underlining nearest hundred and writing 100 to the side as a reminder of that is what we're rounding to. Because in third grade, the students will be rounding to the nearest 10 and hundreds. So making sure that they're conscious of what the question is asking. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down a number, a 3-digit number, 369. Now, with this 3-digit number, my first step is to identify the hundreds place. I'm going to do that by underlining the hundreds place, which is the 3. My next step is to write a 0 above the tens and the ones. The reason why is when I round to the nearest 100, I know that there will be 0 tens and 0 ones in my answer. So I'm really setting myself up for success. The next step is to write my 2 reasonable answers that it could be, my 2 reasonable choices. The first one will be 300, and I'll write that right below. My next reasonable answer would be 100, 300 plus a 100, which is 400. So now that I've identified my 2 possibilities, my 2 possible choices, I'm going to go back to this 3-digit number, 369. I'm going to find the hundreds, and I'm going to look next door, which is the tens place. The tens place is going to tell me if I'll be rounding up or rounding down. Well, the rule is if the number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you are rounding up. And look what it is. It's a 6. So the answer to this problem is 400. 369 rounded to the nearest 100 is 400. Now let me do another example for you. What if the problem happened to be 853? This is a great one. I'm going to do the same step I did for the first problem. Let me identify the hundreds place. I have 8 hundreds. Next step, a 0 above the tens and the ones. This really helps me once again remember that my answer will have a 0 in the tens and the ones. Now, let's identify my 2 possibilities for answer choices. My first is going to be 800. My second possibility is going to be 900. Okay, I'm really close to getting the answer. I'm going to go back to that 3-digit number. I'm going to find that hundreds place that I've already underlined. I'll look next door, and there's a 5. I remember a 5 or higher is going to tell me to round up to the nearest hundred. Therefore, my answer is 900. 853 rounded to the nearest hundred is 900. Please encourage your child to show their work. Don't go fast. Think about the problem they're reading. Write the numbers out to the side if he or she needs more space to underline, and write the zeros above the tens and the ones and their 2 possibilities for answer choices. It might take a little bit of extra steps, a little bit of extra time, but at the same time, your child can prove they're thinking, which is really important. Thanks for watching.